welcome. Today I'm going to be in the garden and I am going to be cutting back my dahlias and my raspberry canes and probably my asparagus too, and having a good old tidy up. And I also will hoping to clear away my tomatoes in the greenhouse because they're not looking too great anymore. So I shall show you what I'm going to be cutting back, and hopefully we'll get a lot of work done today. So I'm going to start with my fruit area. These are the fruit bushes, and they have dahlias in there, but the dahlias have succumbed to frost now, so they are beginning to go black. So I want to have a good tidy up and weed of this area, and I will show you what it's looking like when I finished. I've cut back all the dahlias now and weeded where I could see there was some weeds. The gooseberries have still got leaves on them, so I'm going to wait for them to die down before I prune the gooseberries. And the rhubarb, I just piled all the leaves in a couple of spots for that to just naturally die down. You can see the pile over there, and there's another one right at the back over there, just to naturally die down to give it some of its own compost. And then I'm going to move around to this asparagus bed, and I'm going to take all this asparagus down, and then I can weed in the bed as well because it's looking a bit weedy at the moment. And with this side, I'm hopefully going to cut back all the bits of wood that are sticking out from where I took one of the sides off here. I just need to go along and trim back all the wood so it looks a bit neater and a bit tidier. So I'll get on with doing that and I'll bring you back when I'm done. As I went to clear this bed, I forgot to mention the sunflowers because I was taking part in Nick's Allotment Diary Sunflower Challenge 2021, but I didn't have a great crop of sunflowers this year, and these two here were going to be my entries, but obviously I've left it too late because they're looking like something from the Addams family. So I'm going to get on and clear them away now, and I just wanted to mention it in case anybody was following and wondered what happened to my sunflowers. This is what happened to my sunflowers. I've tidied it all up now. I've weeded it. I cut the asparagus back to the ground, and I've put a little fleece tunnel over my lettuce there. The lettuce won't keep going for much longer, but hopefully it will keep me going until the lettuce that I need to plant into the greenhouse starts to grow. My next job is going to be to cut back this raspberry bed, and down the bottom here where my blueberries are, I just need to give that a bit of a weed and tidy up. I need to bring in my Camellia sinensis plant, which is actually doing really well, but I'd rather overwinter it inside just to make sure that the frost doesn't get to it. All the raspberries have been cut back now, and I've done a bit of weeding down here as well, so that's all clean. And I just need to remove this pot, but I need to tidy up my greenhouse before I can put the pot in there. These are my parsnips, and they're looking pretty sorry for themselves. So what I want to do is I'm going to lift all the parsnips, blanch them briefly in some hot water, and then freeze them in my freezer for the winter because they're just looking so scraggly, and it's more convenient for me that way to do that. And similarly down here I've got my leeks, and I want to do the same with the leeks. I think some of them have suffered from leek miner. So I'm going to lift all the leeks now and sort through the good ones that I'll freeze. And I also want to sort through my sprouts. As you can see, there's some yellow bits on there, and I just want to take those off. Well, I have some good news and some bad news. And I'll start with the good news, which is my parsnips, which I've got a good harvest from there. So those are the amount of parsnips I got out of this bed. And then this is the amount of parsnips I got out of this bed. So I think that's quite good. There's some real good sizes. So you can see that's of a good width on that, and that's really good. However, my leeks are they are riddled with leaf miner, like just little creatures that are in the leeks. That's what they look like, and they just make the leek collapse essentially. So you end up sort of stripping away an awful lot of the outside of it, and then you end up with sort of leeks like that where the leek miner hasn't quite got down that far. So I started by shredding a lot of the leeks that I was picking out, and then I just thought, I don't know if I'm going to bother with the rest, to be honest. They just, as I was pulling them out, they didn't come out very well, because I think they were just going to collapse really. So I'm leaving this pile here for a moment. But I did find a carrot, and that is a reasonable carrot, so we'll have that for our tea tonight. So that was one bonus, I suppose. But now I need to check whether I can compost leeks with allium leek miner in it. And another good bit of news, I have unearthed the sprouts, and the majority of them look decent. There's a couple, they got little sort of like yellow bits, but that's actually like the leaf. So once I take them off and clean them up, they should hopefully be okay. They're not too bad. I'm reasonably happy with them. They're not as big as you could get, but you don't really get massive leeks when you grow them yourself. So yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. Well, that's it from me for today. Although it hasn't been just today, it's been a series of days getting all this work done at this time of year. I'm really busy with my birthday and my son's birthday, and of course Christmas, sorting all that out. So this has probably been a culmination of maybe a week and a half, if not longer, of me just doing dribs and drabs in the garden as and when I get the chance. But I'm really pleased with all the tidying I've done. The front garden looks good going into winter now, so I'm happy with that, and I'm pleased with my parsnip harvest. Not great about the leeks. I shall have to cover them over next year, and I think I might not grow as many next year either. But that's it from me for today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking, subscribing and commenting if you have done so. I apologise that my videos have been quite sparse coming out lately. I just haven't had a chance to film much. So yeah, I'll stop rabbiting now, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. All I can say about my tidying up around the garden today is lovely job.